Hello friends, this is Daniel and today we're going to do something very interesting. We are going to get a real and verifiable random number from Chainlink in the Polygon Matic network. We are going to do this not in the mainnet but in the Mumbai testnet. We are going to need some information here that is coming from the Chainlink documentation. So if you go to docs, Chainlink link, docs, VRF contracts, you are going to see here all the information that you are going to need. You are going to need an address of the link token in that network. This varies network by network. The VRF coordinator, that's something that also varies network by network. And the VRF coordinator is a smart contract that verifies that a random number provided by a Chainlink node is actually random. Then you have the key hash, which is just a pointer to the node that will get your random number. And they have a process behind where they might assign these to different nodes, and that's the way that they coordinate that process. So this is the data that you need, guys, for this project. This is a very little project, and we're going to take it in two steps. First, we're going to connect our Brown environment to the Mumbai testnet, and then we're going to go to a smart contract that implements the request random number function from Chainlink. This is a project that we have provided a GitHub repository, so you can check that code and play with it, and you can access that code in the description of the video. So let's get to it. As the first step, we are going to add the Polygon Mumbai testnet to our Brown environment. And for doing that, we implement this command, Brownie networks add Polygon, which is the kind of network that we're adding, Mumbai Moralis, which is the ID that I'm given to this network in my Brown environment, host. And for host, I want to invite you to do the following. You are going to go to Moralis, and totally for free, you can sign up, and then you're going to see this specific service here, which is called Speedy Nodes. In the Speedy Nodes, you go to Polygon endpoints and Mumbai and copy this link over here, and that will be your access to the Mumbai network. Now that you have that one, you just copy, paste it here. Then you add a name for your network. In my case, I want to add the name Mumbai Moralis. I add the chain ID, which is 8001 for Mumbai testnet, and then an explorer that is something totally optional. When you have input that command, then you will have this network available in your Brown environment. I have already done it, so I can see it by typing Brownie networks list. And here I can see that in Polygon I have Mumbai Moralis. Everything is ready regarding network, so we can just go and work in our smart contract. Now that we have added our network, we can proceed to work in our smart contract. As in any Solidity smart contract, we start with these two lines that are important but not very relevant. One is the license identifier, and the other one is the pragma line. Remember that the entire code that we're using for these examples is available in the GitHub repository that is in the description of the video below. The first relevant line of code that we have to take a look here is the contract that we are importing. This is the contract that is going to serve us as a base for any Chainlink smart contract that has to do with randomness. So it's available in their own repository. But you have to make it available to your own Brown environment by doing brownie pm install and then pasting this part over here, smart contract kit / Chainlink -brownie.contracts at the version that you want to implement. I have already done it, so I'm not going to do this again, but when you do it correctly, you should have brownie pm list, and this will show you that this package is already available there, so you can use these contracts and import it in your own projects. Now, we enter to analyze the random number consumer for the Polygon network that we have here. So this one is inheriting from this contract that we are importing, and we have three main variables here. We have a key hash, which is a pointer to the node that will provide us the random number, the fee, which is the fee that that node will charge us for providing us the random number. And then we have the random result, which is a variable that will be populated when the Chainlink network returns to us the random number. It will be populated to this variable here. We have the BRF coordinator. This is the one that verifies that the random numbers provided by the nodes are correct, and this is a Chainlink smart contract that we have to identify. And in the Chainlink documentation, you can see what are the addresses for those contracts in each network. In our case, for Polygon, this is the one that we need to write down. In this case, for the Mumbai testnet. For the other address is the address of the link token. So in each different network, the link token is deployed to a different address. So this is the one in the Mumbai testnet. The key hash is the pointer to the node that will provide us the randomness. And then we have the charge in and the Polygon Mumbai testnet. This is pretty low. Now for the rest of the variables, we only have two. One is the get random number, which we call to implement getting a random number. And then the other one is a fulfill randomness function, which is just getting the answer back when the random number comes back. We might want to do something here with this one. In this case, we're going to put a mode, and let's say that we want a random number between 1 and 10. So we're going to say the mode 10. And what is going to happen is that that huge number is going to be divided by 10, and then whatever is the residual part is going to be the result from this operation. And then we're going to have add 1 because we are going to be missing one number. In some cases, we are not going to get any residual in the case that the number was divisible by 10. Now that we have this part here, we can just implement our contract, but we need to do something else. We might need an account because we're working in a live network. So the way that you add an account is that you do brownie accounts, new, you add a name, and it's going to ask you for your private key for that account and a password to protect that. In my case, I have already done it. So when you do it correctly, when you do brownie accounts list, it's going to show you the accounts that you have created. I have my testing account here, which is in this public address. Now, since I have already everything there, I can just go to brownie console network Mumbai Moralis. That's the way I call it. Everything is in order. We are in. Now we have to load our account, so I will do account is equal to accounts load, and here I will put the name of the account that I have created, testing account. It's going to ask me for the password, and here I have created my account object. Now that I have access to that account object, I can do my deployment, so I can do the random number consumer Polygon deploy, and then here I can just use the from the account that I have just tested. I send my transaction to the Polygon network and I got it back. So I have this contract here. Since I will make a random number request for this contract, I need to fund that contract with some link. So I will go to my MetaMask over here. I'm here in the Matic Mumbai network, and I will click send, and I will paste the address of my contract here, and I will send it some link. How much link I will send it? I think I will just send it this amount because the price of getting random numbers is very cheap in that network. I click confirm, and then I wait for this transaction to be approved. It's approved already, so I should have some link in that contract, which is great because right now I can actually request randomness. So I will go to lend because I forgot how many contracts of the same type I have deployed already in Polygon. I have only one, so this is great. Now I go to that index, so that means that it's 0. I click, I choose get random number, I provide the seed, and this is just something like that, and then submit it. The transaction was sent, so I will receive my random number in a couple of minutes because this might take a little while. So let's see, we are going to go to random result. I have not received the random number yet, and I got it now. The random number that I got, which is between 1 and 10, is 5. So guys, this is the way that you get a random number in the Polygon network, in the Mumbai testnet, and that's the way that you can do it also in the mainnet. So subscribe to the Moralis channel and smash the like in this video.